Good afternoon, friends. This video on one of the important change going to be effective from January 1, 2022. It is in the context of Honorable Supreme Court Justice Sri D.Y. Chandrachud has made one comment while hearing a petition in the case of Radha Krishnan Industries. Section 83, subsection 1, which is pertaining to provisional attachment of any property or bank account of a taxable person. Honorable Justice has said it is draconian provision in the GST law. So very important. We must know why he has referred this section 83 subsection 1 as a draconian provision. Provisional attachment of any property or bank account. Clause number 106 of Finance Bill 2021 has proposed to substitute section 83 subsection 1, which is now getting notified and got notified by notification number 39/2021 dated 21st December 2021 but effective from January 1, 2022. Now section 83 subsection 1 is going to be substituted. So we must know what was the provision before and what is going to be provision after substitution and effective from January 1, 2022. Prior to January 1, 2022, it reads as under. Where during any pendency of any proceedings, under section 62, base judgment, 63, assessment of unregistered person, 64, summary assessment, section 67, inspection, search and seizure, section 73, which is so-called notice for non-fraud cases, section 74 for the fraud cases. If commissioner is of the opinion that to protect interest of government revenue, he may pass an order in writing for provisionally attachment of any property or bank account of a taxable person. And this provisional attachment order is valid for 1 year. This was the provision. Now going to be substituted from January 1, 2022. And again, wake up call. In the context, even for the earlier provision, Honorable Justice has said it is a draconian provision. But if you now look at the substituted clause, provision which is applicable from January 1, 2022, you all will agree with me. Too wide a power given in the hands of GST officer. And why I'm saying so? Listen the substituted clause. It is saying after initiation of any proceedings. So it is not pendency. Initiation of any proceedings under chapter 12. Now this is a chapter and chapter 12 talks about all relevant section for the assessment, including provisional assessment, scrutiny of return. Under chapter 14, which is inspection, search and seizure, under chapter 14, and chapter 15, which is talking about demand and recovery. So first of all, too wide a power as against section 62, 63, 64, 67, 73 and 74. Now it is open for chapter 12, chapter 14 and chapter 15. Earlier it was during pendency. Now it is after initiation of any proceedings. Even summon is being issued under section 70 getting covered. And if commissioner is of the opinion, the term used is of the opinion, can it be used in a mechanical manner? We have to wait and watch. We all are debating. He can pass an order in writing for provisional attachment of property or bank account of a taxable person, understandable. But whether this provisional attachment order can be passed for property and bank account of any person, now substituted clause is saying even this order can be passed for provisionally attaching property and bank account of any person referred under section 122 subsection 1A of CGST Act. There are four offences under section 122 subsection 1A for any person where provisional attachment order can be passed if such person has cogits the offences and retaining the benefit for the four specified offences. First, supply of goods or services without issuance of invoice or false invoice. Second, issuance of invoice without supply of goods or services, fake invoice. Third, if credit is being taken or utilized without actual receipt of goods or services. And fourth, last offense under section 122 subsection 1A, takes or distribute credit of ISD, input service distributor, in contravention of the provision of the Act under section 20 of CGST Act. If such person who is not registered, not taxable person, but he has cogits to commit and retaining the benefit, even his property and bank account can be attached if commissioner is of the opinion to protect the government revenue, this is what being referred, this provisional attachment order can be passed and this order is valid for 1 year. Why I am referring that earlier it was giving wide power, now it is opening up too wide power in the hands of commissioner as against specific section. Now it is for chapter 12, 14 and 15. Even for the person for scrutiny of return, provisional assessment, only summon is being issued. So after initiation of proceedings, this provisional attachment order can be passed just if commissioner is of the opinion to protect government revenue. And any property or bank account, so property can be movable or immovable, and bank account. Just look at the provision, you will agree with me, too wide a power in the hands of GST department. This provision is talking about if commissioner is of the opinion, yes, agreed, these are deterrent provision against a tax evader, no denial to it. But we have seen that mechanically it is being used with no substantiation. There has to be good reason to believe, and if opinion is being formed, it must be written. In what context commissioner is of the opinion, and to protect government revenue, he is passing an order for provisional attachment. And why Honorable Justice of Supreme Court has to make comment? This is draconian provision. Even in one of the judgment passed by Honorable Gujarat High Court, in the case of Binod Kumar Murlidhar Chechani case, in that judgment, Honorable Gujarat High Court wanted that the government should frame guidelines for initiation of provisional attachment Government has issued circular on 23rd of February 2021, prepared the guidelines, but we have to see whether these are being implemented in letter and spirit the way they want it to be, and why such widest power given in the hands of officer, yes, agreeable, deterrent against the tax evader. So there has to be caution. This should be used as rarest of rare, exceptionally, when department is having concrete proof in their hand and they can frame their opinion, then only it should be taken. Order can be passed for provisional attachment. Otherwise, this section 83 subsection 1 going to be substituted. Even provisional attachment against the property and bank account of any person who causes to commit and retaining benefit, we must to apply these provision in true sense. This is only and only to be used against the tax evader, against the taxpayer, those who are registered, willing to provide the information, giving the information. This provisional attachment order should not be passed, and with such a wide power of chapter 12, chapter 14 and chapter 15, where this order can be passed, our humble submission, if any government officer watching my video, we have implemented GST in the country with the context. We have to provide ease of business, level playing field, good and simple tax. When Honorable Supreme Court judge is making this comment draconian, then we have to really understand its application, its implementation. Widest power given, yes, you must use against tax evader, but please make sure these are not being used ordinarily, mechanically. There has to be accountability and responsibility whenever this order is being passed. This should not be passed just because of apprehension. There has to be concrete proof. That's what my submission all about. But effective from January 1, 2022, widest power in the hands of Commissioner. If he is having the opinion that to protect government revenue, provisional attachment order can be passed against the property and bank account of taxable person and any person as referred under section 122 subsection 1A of CGST Act. Lot many changes. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.